Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we're diving once again into Great League. You already know that we're having a pretty meta-relevant team to showcase with Trevenant, Alola Ninetales, and of course the not useless, I repeat, not useless Walrein as our closer kinda safe pick overall, because Icicle Spear might be nerfed down from the recent updates on the moves that Pokemon Go had to offer for Go Battle League. But overall, Icicle Spear is still gonna be meta relevant. Only 5 more energy, I believe, for the second Icicle Spear to reach. So you are just gonna reach not on the 5 and 4, just 5 and 5 Powder Snows in total, meaning that Walrein is still meta relevant and you are gonna be able to use it with success in Go Battle League, despite that little nerf that it had recently. So trainers, just be sure to leave a like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, since more videos like this tend to happen on a daily basis and you do not want to miss those, right? So another pretty meta relevant team to showcase, and now let's dive into the battles. Starting off trainers, we have a very weird lead against Altaria, definitely a bad one, but our backline can throw pretty much all the work against Altaria, so if we can play this correctly, perhaps on the end game we can turn things around. However, on the switch we meet up with this Ferrothorn, which is gonna be a hard counter to our Walrein, and now we have to go with another Icicle Spear here. Icicle Spear number 2 is gonna take the shield out of the Ferrothorn, which is gonna be pretty nice for us because now we can go in with Trevenant and start absorbing all that energy they have. We have to go with a Shadow Ball to finish this thing off, but I prefer to go for the Overfarm because I know that my Trevenant will be kinda useless for this match, and perhaps I have to rely on my Alola Ninetales to finish off the match. I'm just gonna go here straight for the Shadow Ball. However, my opponent throws here a normal type to absorb all that energy, all that damage to that Pokemon, and now I have to sweep with my Alola Ninetales. Now this Altaria stands no chance at all. I decide to block the move here, the Sky Attack, because it's gonna deal some nice damage to us and we have already 2 shields up. So now we're gonna try to finish off Vigoroth right on time. This is gonna be kinda close now because Vigoroth can get spammy with those body slams and counter damage really adds up. We have to go now with the Weather Ball. Here comes now the Vigoroth on the red. They're gonna fire off a move and I'm pretty sure I can survive it, so I'm just gonna flex here my HP and we're gonna block the second one because we're getting pretty close on fainting and we do not want that, right trainers? Into the next one now against this Obstagoon, which is gonna be another hard check for this team because it can go pretty well against Trevenant and Walrein. However, Trevenant can still go pretty well against Obstagoon on its own. It's gonna be a loss, but a soft loss overall. They go for the Obstruct, which is gonna be pretty interesting, and I was counting the moves here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and shield this one because it was on the 5th counter, not on the 6th. Meaning that now I have to go here for another Seed Bomb. Perhaps we can take a shield out of them, and I'm not willing at all to spend another shield on this Pokemon, and I will try to catch a move on the Alola Ninetales. I don't know if my catch was successful or if they overtapped and then they were mad about my Charmer, but I'm just gonna take the Dark type attack on my Charmer and I'm gonna resist it by a lot. Right now I'm gonna take the second shield out of the Sylveon and we have to go in with Trevenant and start doing some solid work because I just want them to bail all those energy on my Trevenant, and after that I will just farm down completely with my Walrein. Down goes Sylveon and I'm expecting the next Pokemon. They have an Altaria at the back, and here is why Walrein is gonna be such a huge threat to the meta. Here comes the Icicle Spear, another one is going through because I know that Obstagoon doesn't have anything to threaten me at this amount of HP, and we're gonna take this victory with the clutch Walrein. Into the next one now, perhaps the worst possible lead scenario against this Kanto Ninetales, especially on Shadow Form, because every single Pokemon from my team loses to this one. So we have to play this smart. We're just gonna go here for the bait with the Icicle Spear. I'm expecting the shield obviously, and I'm just gonna go for one more for some cheap damage. However, they were counting the moves and they're gonna throw before we throw our move. This was very cool for them because now they preserve all that HP on the Ninetales and they have the upper hand, especially with that meltdown with the Embers. So another Weather Ball is gonna go through. This time we have to block, and now they're gonna switch out to the Sableye. They want to see what we have at the back, and Alolan Ninetales is gonna come in. However, things aren't looking that well because they still have the Cantonia Ninetales, which is gonna resist my Weather Ball and also deal so much damage to my Ninetales. At the last second I have the move ready to go. It is not gonna be tapped, and now I have to go in with Trevenant and finish off this Pokemon because it was a CMP. They have a Trevenant of their own. We're gonna win the race to the move. Shadow Ball is gonna go through, and we're gonna grab for ourselves a very nice win. What a crazy battle that was. I'm absolutely being amazed right now because I totally forgot the outcome, and that was absolutely awesome. For the entire battle I was like, can we win this? Can we win this? Can we win this? And yes, we can. So Trevenant being super good for the end game here and gonna get us the victory, especially against a Pokemon that triple counters our entire team. So in the next on trainers we are meeting up with this Lantern, and let's say to spend a shield here because they are not gonna go for a switch, and I'm like, perhaps Thunderbolt can bring me on red, and I do not want that. Perhaps they have double Mudboy at the back, but it was a Mantine, and Mantine is gonna be a pretty solid option nowadays, especially with Wing Attack, and I think they have Wing Attack. Yes, they have. So we have to go now here for the Icicle Spear damage. We're getting debuffed every single minute that passes through, so that makes me think that they might have not Aerial Ace for the second move, but Ice Beam. So now we have to go here for another Icicle Spear. Nothing else to do because all I can do on this matchup is gonna be the Icicle Spear. However, at this point they're gonna hit us with a hard hitting Aerial Ace, and we have the time to go for another Icicle Spear to finish them off. Mantine is down, we have the shield advantage, and I'm pretty sure I can go in now with my Trevenant and not spend the shield by using my Seed Bomb immediately. They have at the back the Medicham, and guess what, trainers, we have the time to go here for the Shadow Ball. I'm just gonna block this, but even if we went down, well, our Charmer at the back could easily finish off this fighting type Pokemon. So another huge victory for our team with this amazing amount of pressure that we apply to our opponents. So with this team I had an epic 10-0 run, and because some of the battles on the 10-0 were kinda weird, I removed them, so I have only 8 of those 10 battles. We're just gonna proceed into the commentary now with this finish off. This Shadow Nidoqueen destroyed down my Trevenant, and that was absolutely awesome for them because I had a lot of energy to spare, and to be honest, I was not expecting to get fainted that easy, but I miscalculated things as I do most of the times. So now they're gonna return with the Nidoqueen. We're gonna go with the Psyshock, dealing some really nice super effective damage to the Nidoqueen. They have the Trevenant, but we have a loaded on energy Walrein. So things are finally kinda looking good for us because that Shadow Nidoqueen was definitely a very bad lead for us, and we could not have went for that switch out because we have a Charmer at the back, and now this Icicle Spear is gonna connect for the win. Trevenant goes down, win is for us, and we're gonna proceed into the next one against a very weird lead, but still kinda good for us against the Stunfisk. It is gonna be a win lead scenario, but not a crazy lead scenario because they can still leave us at the red with double Rock Slide at the point that the next Pokemon can farm me down, and this is not always a good thing. So we're just gonna accept that fact. So down goes now our HP. I'm expecting the switch to destroy us down. Here it is on the Altaria, and we're gonna preserve that amount of energy that we have for our Trevenant, and we're gonna bail out to our Ninetales over here. They have some energy on the Stunfisk, so perhaps they might throw it immediately here. So here comes the Stunfisk in. We have to go now for the Weather Ball. Are they gonna block trainers? Yes, they are. They might be super afraid of the Ninetales. What is it? A double dragon with the Altarian Dragonair. Let's see together, and it's gonna be the Azumarill. So we have to go now with that Psyshock. This is gonna deal some nice damage to the Azu, but we have Walrein, which can come in really clutch. We have to block here the correct move, not the Ice Beam, please. It is gonna be the play rough, absolutely awesome. And now Earthquake is gonna deal so much damage to this poor Azumarill, and now we have to go ahead and just use one more Icicle Spear to settle this thing off. So we have to go here for the overfarm, obviously, because I don't know why, they were already super low, and we have the time to go on the farm down to the Stunfisk and then finish off with the Icicle Spear. They're just gonna bail out with the fight, surrendering the match. Into the next one now, against the best possible lead scenario, finally a good lead against the Swampert. So they have at the back an Altaria, and welcome to the hard counter city trainer, because we're just gonna destroy you down. Down goes Altaria. They have a Jirachi at the back. What a huge counter to my Charmer, but to be honest, my Ninetales did its work against that Altaria, and now we have to go with another Weather Ball. Still, we did a nice chunk out of this Jirachi, and we're gonna go in now with Walrein, because I know that I have to survive all that as much as I can with my Trevenant for the end game, since I know there is gonna be that Swampert coming back at some point. We survive that Doom Desire with not with ease, but with a mini heart attack, but we survived, and now we're just gonna bail out of there with our Walrein, preserving that energy just in case something horrible happens on the end, which I don't think will happen, because we have so much energy to spare. They cannot bring us to no HP. I still have the shields, and here comes now the next Seed Bomb. I'm expecting the shield, obviously, but we have already one more ready to go. Seed Bomb number 3 is gonna connect, and we're gonna take this victory against the Swampert. Right into the final one, trainers, and we're facing a kinda bad lead, to be honest, because look at how much damage those charms do, and we're getting destroyed down because Trevenant is gonna be a glassy Pokemon. We cannot even reach to a second move, and they have so much energy stored up that we are most likely gonna spend a shield on the next matchup. I'm expecting them to use a close combat or a crunch. Anyways, this is gonna deal so much damage, so we have to block, and because they use the close combat, I'm more likely to farm them down. They have the Swampert at the back. I'm just gonna switch out to my Ninetales first. They're gonna fall with the Swampert, and as you're seeing, we're doing so much damage back at them. I'm just gonna block here because I want them to face the wrath of my Ninetales. So we have to go now for the double Weather Ball. This is for sure gonna take a shield at some point. They decide to block the first one because it could have been a Desert Gleam, to be honest. So here comes now another Weather Ball, and we have the time to go ahead and finish them off with the Earthquake, because this is gonna be just a Psychic. We can survive it with ease. Yes, trainers, with ease. Don't get me over with that. And we're gonna take the victory because Earthquake is gonna connect, dealing so much damage, and Medicham is out of the picture of Go Battle League. So that's all, trainers. Thank you for watching. Thank you for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a like before you go. Subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And with that in mind, trainers, farewell to you, trainers, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Stay safe, everyone. Choo choo choo.